Hello, and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. My name is Brian, and in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at 5 freeware airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. All of the add-ons featured can be downloaded from flightsim.to. A link for each add-on can be found in the description below this video. First up on the list takes me over the pond and straight across the USA to California, where I find myself in the middle of the San Bernardino Desert along the famous Route 66. This is Amboy Airfield by LittleBit, and I've got to say it's both beautifully immersive and equally creepy. You see, Amboy is an unincorporated community in San Bernardino County, and according to Google, it now has a population of 0, with the gas station and post office still operating. Google Maps still shows the airfield as being used, with one review from Friedrich saying,
"We landed there with our beach bonanza. The landing strip is very poor condition. Not recommend to land. Please repair the landing strip. It is a place worth to fly."
That's actually how it appears on Google. With that said, just next door, Roy's Motel and Cafe looks to be pulling in the positive reviews, with Dave W saying,
"I stopped in for gas and to my pleasure, the lovely Heather pumped my gas. She is super friendly and the station is full service. Too cool. Nice gift shop / store inside with cold drinks. Highly recommend stopping. Gas is cheaper than Ludlow too."
With all that being said, the scenery add-on is super cool. Every part of Amboy has been pretty much modelled, and thanks to 2004's walking mode, you can casually walk around and explore the area on foot. When nighttime comes around though, the peaceful sanctuary out in the desert really does become a scene from a horror movie or a scary movie. LittleBit has put some subtle Easter eggs in the motel rooms, and honestly, all I want to do is run back to my plane and fly off. The level of detail for a freeware, and you will hear me say this a lot, but it's incredible. Roy's airport hangars looks exactly like the one at the airfield, complete with surrounding fences and beware of dog signs. The gas station and motel are equally impressive, especially at night when the glowing neons kick in and illuminate the buildings and vehicles around them. Speaking of the motel, did I mention most of the rooms have been modelled, and even the curtains on the windows actually move? Not to mention, this is probably one of the most detailed signs I've seen in a freeware scenery, or payware scenery for that matter. The bends and imperfections on it are really bonkers. In my opinion, this is one of the best freeware add-ons that has been made for the simulator and available on flightsim.to. Amboy Airfield is available from the link down below. If you are interested in joining me on a community flight into here or any other locations, please join the Practically Geek Discord server, which I've also linked in the description below. Back over in Europe, I find myself in the town of St. Augustin in Germany, taking a look at Echo Delta Kilo Bravo Bonn-Hangelar Airport by Hangar 8. Just like Amboy, Bonn-Hangelar is incredibly detailed and honestly could also pass as a payware add-on. The airport has one main runway designated 11 and 29 with a length of 800 meters or approximately 2,625 feet. There are also 2 parallel grass runways, 11 center and 29 center, which is 1,001 meters, and 11 left and 29 right, which is slightly longer at 1,101 meters. These look to be used by gliders mostly from what I can see online. Much like all of the other airports featured in this video, Hangar 8 have created a really convincing replica of Bonn-Hangelar. Each hangar has been modelled to a great standard. In fact, looking around the airfield, it is again another case of easily could be payware. The attention to detail in each area of the aerodrome is brilliant. Airside and landside is beautifully modelled with authentic signs, security gates, fencing, and even a children's playground. I also noticed the nearby German police force building has been modelled, and pretty nicely too. It looks like Hangar 8 have tried to include as many surrounding buildings as possible, again something you don't always find on even payware add-ons. The ADAC helicopter service hangar sits alongside the Jet A1 fuel station and the ATC tower. As mentioned, the hangars in this freeware are really well done. It is hard to believe we are getting this level of detail in a free scenery. There is also a good amount of static aircraft included. Some of them have their covers on while others are left to the elements. It's a nice touch of realism in an already well-crafted airfield. My favourite part of this add-on though is the old painted hangar next to the large helicopter apron. The design is so cool to see in the simulator, but it's also very crisp and textured really well. Night lighting is great too. There are instances of where the lighting on the side of buildings looks very real, almost photoreal, dare I say it. Bonn-Hangelar is one of my favourite freewares of all time. It's amazing just how far Hangar 8 have gone to create the airport, and it really shows. The download link is in the description. I fully recommend giving this one a go. If you don't like the surrounding photogrammetry, you can easily turn this off in the online section of the settings. Let's move on to our next airport. Heading northeast out of Germany and crossing Poland, Lithuania and Latvia, I touched down on the island of Hiiumaa in Estonia. According to trusty Google, Kärdla, sorry for my pronunciation, is the only town on the island, and Kärdla Airport is the only airport on the island as well. Located about 8 miles from the town centre, the airport has one runway, 14 and 32, which measures in at 4,987 feet, with landings into runway 14 taking aircraft over the Baltic Sea on their approach. Kärdla receives daily flights from Tallinn, the capital of Estonia. Flights are operated by NYX Air with their fleet of Saab 340s and ATR 42s. JustOxy has gone above and beyond with this freeware. Firstly, it's very rare to see interior development in a freeware scenery, but Kärdla has it. I mean, it's not the biggest airport terminal you'll see. Even so, it is a great place to stay sheltered before your flight. Which brings me on to another feature you don't always see even in a payware scenery, and that is the included GSX profile. And yes, it does come with one included. Not good enough? Okay, how about the terminal doors opening and closing when boarding and disembarking an aircraft? It's incredible to see, and although I couldn't fully capture the animated doors due to the GSX menu popping up, I'm always surprised when freeware ends up being just as good as payware. When I first started exploring the airport, I was amazed by the small details. The scenery feels lived in, and I know that sounds odd, but it just does. The areas around the terminal have been modelled very well too. Roads with markings, detailed perimeter fencing, authentic signs, and even the nearby Rougarou restaurant under runway 14's approach path are all included. The control tower is up there with one of the best looking in a freeware. The Kärdla sign in particular is modelled brilliantly and looks great at night with a nice glow of white light. What I do like about the airport is how JustOxy or Oxygen Designs has made it feel like a restricted bit of land. I find most airports of this size in the simulator feel open, like anyone could run airside, and for me that feels unrealistic. Yes, I know it's not the reason to love an airport add-on, but it really shows the attention to detail in the developer's work. I think this is another fantastic freeware. Definitely check this one out. It's not the busiest airport you'll visit in the sim, but it's beautiful and I hope you enjoy it as much as me. Earlier in the video, we hopped over to California, so let's head out even further and explore a free airport in New Zealand. Before their ProLine scenery add-ons, NZA Simulations produce some of the best freeware available for Microsoft Flight Simulator, Napier being one such freeware. Located on New Zealand's North Island, Hawke's Bay Airport, or Napier Airport as it's more commonly referred to, operates domestic flights by Air New Zealand to Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch. The airport has 3 runways, a 5,700 foot asphalt runway designated 1634, a 3,900 foot part grass and asphalt runway designated 0725, and a 1,800 foot grass runway designated 1028. If you own any of the NZA simulation scenery, you won't be surprised with how good their earlier freeware add-ons were. But with that said, Hawke's Bay does almost feel like a payware scenery gifted to us. Impressively, over 1,800 handplace objects have been used alongside custom buildings including the ATC Tower, Hawke's Bay Air Ambulance Centre and the Jet Centre, not to mention the included Napier Port and Marine Parade scenery. The quality of the freeware is impressive. Again, it's no surprise to see, but the buildings, for example, are modelled and textured to a really great standard. This is noticeable in the hangars in particular, along with the runways and the taxiways. I really like that NZA have even gone as far as doing some landscaping. The river/trench running alongside the runways has been sculpted and even includes some foliage and fencing for added realism. As mentioned, parts of Napier Port are included and gives the area a much needed upgrade. Along the front down Marine Parade, NZA have even taken time to model the Napier sound shell, which actually looks pretty good. We even get this ground crew guy on stage pumping the crowd up. Overall, it's another brilliant bit of freeware. You can see why NZA Simulations were keen to take things further, and it shows just how amazing their later Proline sceneries were going to be. With that being said, stay tuned because NZA Simulations have confirmed they will be updating Napier and offering it as a Proline product. So if you are interested in a payware version of this airport, it's on its way. Make sure to download NZA libraries to your community folder so everything works properly. I've linked both the scenery and the libraries in the description below. So we end today's video back in the United Kingdom, just outside the small village of Duxford in Cambridge. This is Duxford Airfield complete by ChicoMick, and it's one of the best freeware sceneries to ever grace FlightSim.to in my opinion. Duxford Echo Golf Sierra uniform has a Civil Aviation Authority ordinary license that allows flights for public transport of passengers or for flying instruction, and it doesn't have a license for flight operations at night. The aerodrome has two runways, one paved at 4,931 foot long and designated 06 right and 24 left. The other is a grass runway measuring 2,887 foot and designated 06 left and 24 right. As you can see, ChicoMick has really captured the atmosphere of Duxford in his scenery. The static aircraft lined up along the apron and the museum buildings are all modelled to perfection. This is another scenery I urge you to walk around. It's an impressive rendition of this iconic aerodrome here in the UK. Some of my favourite parts of this freeware Duxford are the really detailed World War era hangars and buildings. The texture work is incredible. It's like stepping back in time. There is a silly amount of signage in this scenery. Every single one is crisp and as detailed as the next. Again, I urge you to take a virtual walk around this aerodrome. You will not be disappointed. By the way, count how many times I've said detail in this video and comment below. Actually, please don't do that, but seriously, I just love the sheer amount of it. Detail that is in this scenery. ChicoMick has made sure that if anyone else tries to create a Duxford scenery, it won't be nearly as good as his. Before we say goodbye to Duxford, let me show you another part of this freeware I really enjoy, and it's oddly the landside area running along the A505, the road next to the airfield. NZA Simulations, PGEEK, Builds do an amazing job of landside areas and road networks, but they create payware sceneries, and this is a freeware, didn't I mention? The entrance points along the road are incredible and look really authentically British, which is a great thing, and the footpath and bridge over the A505 is also really amazing. Overall, it's another fantastic scenery that you can download for free on FlightSim.to. As many people have said on the download page, Duxford should be a payware, and while I agree, it is great to see that Mick has decided to keep it free, although I can only imagine a payware option with full museum interiors. One can only wish. For more information on each of the airports shown in this video, please head to the video description. And while you are down there, let me know which one is your favorite in the comments section. If you do go ahead and download any of the freeware airports shown in this video, or any others for that matter, please take time on the downloads page to leave the creator a nice bit of feedback. And also some do accept donations, but again, I will leave that completely up to you. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a massive like and please consider subscribing to the channel for more flight simulation content just like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.